Carcino here. Let's get into it. Welcome to One Crack News. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the page. Now, everybody has been on a witch hunt for Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan, I think, is a prick. Now, I've told you that before. He's a prick. Not very fond of him. Now, he is knowledgeable about MMA, but I think of him as kind of like an elitist prick. But that's beside the point. This is before all this controversy took place. I don't listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. But this witch hunt that's on Joe Rogan and on his back is all based on the fact that he had guys on his show that spoke differently to what everyone else is saying when it comes down to the masses about taking the vax. And because he had two doctors on there who actually said some things that he said, plus the fact that he has his own theories about it and his own public opinion, he is the bad guy. So now every liberal person in the world has come up with something to say negative about Joe Rogan. That someone went and made a YouTube clip of Joe Rogan saying the N-word in different aspects with no context whatsoever, and everyone's outraged over the N-word. Now, as I spoke before, I do not listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. But majority of this is over 10 years and 11 years old, some even 12. But no matter what time it was, he should never have felt comfortable to be saying these words. Even though they were out of context. And I tried to go and find some of them so we can get the longer context. Some of them I did find with the longer context. And they were in context to where he wasn't making a racial statement. He was actually commenting on what was actually transpiring. So he was not making a racist statement by using the N-word. It was in description and totally in context. But if you watch that YouTube clip, it made it look as if Joe Rogan was just saying the N-word over and over and over again. Now, his Planet of the Apes joke. Now that, to me, was more over the line than anything else that he's done. But he apologized to it, but what he was trying to allude to, but there was a lot of black people because they went to go see Planet of the Apes. And when they came out, it was like they were in the Planet of the Apes. They were lost and there wasn't no white people around. So, but him making that joke should have known the racial themes and tropes that's attached to it. But if you go back and listen to that story, true enough, if you find it, and one person had it, he's actually saying that it was unwarranted because the black people were actually cool and that there was no problems whatsoever. Everybody had a good time. But that was cut out because that does not fit the theme in the script. So the script is they want to punish and want Spotify to get rid of Joe Rogan because basically this is all about the vax. They can care less about the N-word because they didn't have any outrage when Quentin Tarantino was saying it in movies and having other people say it in movies. Not a problem. Every time the N-word was used by someone else who many people felt shouldn't have been saying it, wasn't a problem. Hey, it was in the movie. Hey, not a problem. It was in the movie. So if they can say it in the movie and it's not a problem, Joe Rogan thought, I'm on a podcast show, I'm saying it in context, it shouldn't be a problem. As long as I'm saying it in context. And now, with cancel culture, 12 years later, it's a problem. He doesn't say it now. He hasn't said that word in about 12 years on the air. But that was like 10, 11, 12 years ago. But because he felt comfortable doing it at that time, they're coming after him now. Because they don't care about the N-word, and they know they don't. They care about making Joe Rogan toe the line. They want him to be on board and stop what he's doing. And Spotify once again backs Joe Rogan and saying, no, we're not getting rid of the Joe Rogan podcast. But what we will do is donate $100 million to a bunch of people who feel offended, and it won't go to anybody in the hood, but hey, we're gonna throw $100 million somewhere to some causes. So there you go. They're willing to part with $100 million than to get rid of the Joe Rogan podcast. So what does that tell you? If somebody tell you they are willing to to keep a show and will give up $100 million and still keep that show on, letting all these people go and say, I'm not doing no more episodes till he's gone and all that, and they still sticking with him, that's telling you what? They're the #1 podcast show. Why would you want to take them down? That chick who talking about Oprah friend, I'm telling you, I'm not doing no more episodes. It'd be like, well, okay. You know, that's your choice. You know, do your thing. But Joe Rogan ain't going nowhere. That's how they feel. That's how they feel about it. Joe Rogan ain't going nowhere because he makes money for them. See, if Spotify releases Joe Rogan, you think that stops Joe Rogan's success? You think Spotify, he can go get that deal anywhere else? He's the #1 podcast show. Hello? That's millions. So if this is their #1 stream podcast show, do you think they want to give that up? You think Neil Young songs is gonna do something? You think Joni Mitchell songs gonna stream more than that? No, nobody listening to no Joni Mitchell for no 2-3 hours. Nobody listened to Neil Young since what, 78? Where are you supposed to go? I'm telling you, people are out here dizzy. Y'all don't understand this? They don't care. Other people have the right, okay, to not think like you. It's their choice. You're taking away their choice because they don't agree with your narrative. Does that sound like a democracy or a dictatorship? They know damn well. And then here come these liberal fools. D.L. Hewley, another liberal mule. He gonna fake and fall out the chair. Oh, damn, got COVID. All these liberal fools that they didn't put up in there and that's going around clowning for money now because they get a good old fat check to be a stool pigeon. So you already know they coming. I don't listen to Chris Rock. I don't listen to none of them. They are never gonna tell you the truth. They gonna toe the line for that dollar. As Chris Rock used to say, for that big piece of chicken. They want the big piece of chicken. So everybody was, yeah, get on Joe Rogan, man, for what he said, man. I'm like, look, I don't go and jump on people because the crowd want to see it. I gotta have reason to jump on people. So I had to go and research and find out what's going on. So I had to go and find out what's going on before I said something. That's how you do it. But I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan's anyway. I already told you I done met him before, and he sounds pretty much and carry himself like an elitist a-hole. So I don't really like him anyway. Him or Dana White. You know I don't like neither one of them, and they buddies. Two roid buddies. So I ain't had nothing to do with neither one. But this was way outside of what I like and dislike. This is about the facts. They're not coming after them because there's some video about him saying the N-word. They can care less. Thanks, Asim. Appreciate the super chat. They only coming after this man. And they're only coming after this man. All because he don't agree with their views about the vax. That's it. And he has the #1 podcast show streaming on Spotify. And when he has medical professionals on there who are high ranked in the medical field, in their field, actually speaking, they don't like that. So we gonna get you shut down because you getting a lot of people listening to these guys. Your platform is too huge to have this going on. So we gotta stop this at all costs. That $100 million deal is worth way more than $100 million. If somebody get $100 million deal, I told you they're getting way more. Nike gave LeBron what, $98 million over 3 years. They made that $98 million in 1 year off LeBron's shoes. So the next 2 years, it's for free. You see, it seemed like a lot of money when you're 18. At the feds? They got the feds by my crib? What's going on? I know the feds when I see them. They think somebody's slow. No, because you really don't know the numbers. You're 18, 19. You don't know what your worth, what your net worth is. If somebody tell you to negotiate your net worth and your deal or your contract or what you do at your job, you're going to undervalue yourself. Because you don't know how to do the research to find out what you're really worth and what you should be asking for. Now, Michael Jordan. Everybody think Michael Jordan makes all his money from Nike. And that's the majority of his money. Jordan got other investments that far succeed the Nike deal. Because truth being told, that Nike deal ain't all what it's, what it looks like. You see, Michael Jordan gets a large percentage off of the Jordan brand, and then he pays Nike off Team Jordan. But here's the thing. Nike still get paid off the Jordans. And get this, Nike don't have to give up stock options to Michael Jordan. The company that Michael Jordan built and turned into billionaires, he has no stock options in Nike. See, what they have is Team Jordan, where his Jordan shoes are under there, and all the shoes that come out, he gets a large percentage of those because they come out. It's like having your own record label, right? Universal is Nike, and you might have your record label, and your label pays you, but you still got to cut a chunk off to the major distributor, which is Nike. They're the majors, which means that they hold all the stock options. So they have all say, even at Nike. You know what I'm saying? So even at Nike, that's what it is. Michael Jordan kids can't even make any decisions. Nike has total control in the staff on what happens with distribution of the shoe, how the shoe is supposed to look, everything. Nike has say because they have the stock options. They have the voting share. So all those little deals that looks good because it got the money coming in. Because yeah, everybody gonna buy Jordans when they come out, right? But when you have no stock options, things start to look a little funny in the light. Well, see, that's the problem. Phil Knight was never going to give Michael Jordan ownership or part ownership into Nike. That's why he gave him, said, okay, you should get more off the shoe. They made Michael Jordan deal and then some in 1 year. Year, Michael Jordan was only getting table scraps compared to what they was making off the shoe. And all the shareholders were getting rich, but Michael Jordan's just getting a check. What does that mean? When Michael Jordan is no longer here, what happened to Team Jordan? It will still go on and being ran. But Nike can fire and get rid of Michael Jordan's children whenever they want. They wouldn't do that because that would mess up the business. But trust me, when Michael Jordan ain't here no more, let's see if Team Nike, how they treat the Jordan children when Michael ain't here no more. Jordan has so many investments that are investments rich people make, like billionaires, that bring him so much money. The Nike money is like a drop in the water, but people don't know about it, so that's why they assume that's all Mike got. They assume, well, Mike only got this. Michael Jordan only could do this. Michael Jordan owns part of an airline. He owns his own plane. He owns part of a restaurant that's very lucrative that billionaires go to. He's got other investments in real estate that's netting him about as much money, if not more, than the Jordan brand. People just don't know about it. You think he make money with the Charlotte Hornets? He lose money every year. But he used that to market his shoes in the Nike brand. So they have a team Jordan for all the players that come on there. They basically have Team Jordan in Charlotte for the Hornets, and he just uses that to market his Nike brand. That's why he wanted to buy the team from Mr. Johnson so he can get control, but it was becoming too expensive. So he took on a partner to help alleviate the financial burdens because they're losing money hand over fist. Told you, all teams in the NBA do not make money. A lot of teams that's in the red. Yeah, that's true. But Michael Jordan don't have that anymore. Jordan don't want to go out there and start marketing all over again. And who would buy a Jordan shoe that wasn't part of the Jordan collection? And outside of that, Michael ain't gonna start all that over. Because Mike is content. Mike's finna buy some real estate and some property over in Cuba. Being an American, owning something in Cuba. His wife is Cuban. And Mike's got a cigar business. He just got this new tequila. And he partnered with a lot of different people on this tequila. George Clooney invested in one and became a multi-millionaire.
You know, when you look at these local kids that don't.
Okay, they had a whole lot of stuff cooking while I was gone. So it is what it is. Come up here and empty my trash can. So what did y'all think about the Joe Rogan situation? Yeah, Mike smoked stogies. He been smoking cigars since the 90s. Since they won that first championship and they introduced him to stogies, that's it. Like LeBron been a drunk and an alcoholic since he came in the league. Oh, of course, you know that. Now they got it as he's the bad guy. And as long as he's listed as the bad guy, everyone else is expendable. But why are they so determined? That would make me nervous. The more they keep pushing everybody to get it, the more nervous I would get. I'm just like, y'all are pushing way too hard to get this. Like, why is it so imperative? First it was a choice. Now it's like, you gotta get it or else. So if somebody given some medical opinions and got certificates, I don't see the problem. This is new America. This is what they do now. This should be it. I'll be back. Now I'm just checking the mail. Get it? Checking the mail. Oh my goodness. I don't need that. The Department of Finance. Huh. Don't need that. Don't forget to service my Mercedes. That's just a trap for come on down so we can get you a Mercedes. So, anyway, love, peace, and hair grease. Gonna go in here and do what I'm supposed to do. Finish washing these clothes, doing housely duties. But I might go live on Casino for Life first. Yep, I might that. But let me get situated.